Alrighty then, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking back in. Hip Hop 101 episode number 3. Yes, we did reboot the Hip Hop 101. I think it's important for me to do this show. Appreciate all the sponsors. You can check out Keem Talk new album. It was Keem Sound's new album, Keem Talk. That link's in the descriptions on Apple, Spotify. Check out the Detroit brothers who support us. So shout out to Keem Sounds. Check out his new debut album, Keem Talk. The link's in the description. Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you streaming, he pretty much got it down. Check out our sponsor, The Hellblaze, at thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfella1Box. Get you 18% off day, 100% all natural products, lotion soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade. They got you. 100% all natural, organic. Get 18% off. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. So go check them out, The Hellblaze. They got you. Also, cell phone cyclers for buyers. They want to buy your cell phone and give you cash for you. Got that old Nokia or that flip phone or something you got down there that you ain't using no more. Hit them up. Website in the description. Social media in the description. Share their social media. Get opportunity to win a new iPhone. It's a promo they're winning. They're running right now. So check them out. Cell phone cyclers for buyers. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Don't forget, if you missed any episodes of the Hip Hop 101, we got the playlist down there for you. And if you want something different, we got music and entertainment for you as well too. So you can check out all the videos we do like this outside of the live stream. So do appreciate everybody live from Detroit. As most people already know, it's windy outside, bro. So don't put your cat or your little Yorkie outside. It's going to be swept on the street. You're going to be chasing it, you feel me? But hey, appreciate everybody for tapping in. Y'all want to know what we talk about today if you ain't looking at the title. Lil Boosie said they tried to get Jay-Z to facilitate an apology towards Dwayne Wade's son. For what Boosie said, we're going to go over that. Also, 50 Cent opens up on Lloyd Banks' relationship with Banks, which is non-existent. And if you don't know, none of the regular G-Unit is together. He said he's working with Uncle Murder, but he compares his relationship to Lloyd Banks to his son's Marquise. And also, big topic we're going to talk about is ghostwriting and rap and how you guys feel about that. Fred, I see you. Darnay, what's going on? Memphis in the house. 8 Ball at MJG. All them. Yo Gotti, Dolph, 3-6. Shout out to Memphis. Got love for Memphis. All day, twice on Sunday. You feel me? I used to go to Memphis a lot, man. So shout out to them. But yeah, let's talk about what Boosie said, man. And I'm gonna play the clip that he played, that he said, and if you didn't hear what he originally said.
I gotta say something about this shit, bro. Dwayne Wade, you going too fucking far, dog. That is a male, a 12-year-old. At 12, they don't even know what their next meal gonna be. They don't have shit figured out yet. He might meet a woman, anything at 16, and fall in love with her. But his dick be gone. How he gonna? Like, bro, you going too far, dog. Don't cut his dick off, bro. Like, bro. For real, if he gonna be gay, let him be gay. But don't cut his dick off, bro. Like, don't address him as a woman, dog. He's 12 years old. He's not up there yet. He hasn't made his final decisions yet. Don't cut his fucking dick off, Dwayne Wade, bro. You fucking tripping, dog. You tripping, dog. You tripping, dog.
All right, that's originally what he said. So, said that Jay-Z and some people tried to reach out to Boosie to get him to apologize to Dwayne Wade for what he said. Now, Dwayne Wade must have felt some type of way about what Lil Boosie said. Now, Lil Boosie was on the Breakfast Club today. They kind of doing the virtual, FaceTime and Zoom type of interviews, and that's what he said. And he doubled down on his statement. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to read what he said because I don't want to play that audio. You know how that is. But Boosie doubled down his statement saying that he saw nothing wrong with what he said. He said, "Hey, tell Jay-Z I don't want to talk." He added, "I'm not apologizing for ish. I don't give a F. If Jesus called to me to get me apologize, I said what I said, man. I felt that was right." He said what he was right, and I felt that was cool. Most people say, "Oh, Boosie should mind his business," but at the end of the day, the Breakfast Club stay in niggas' business. You know what I'm saying? If it's about minding your business, then don't report or talk about what Dwayne Wade and his son was doing. What be killing me is, they tell Boosie to mind his business. Now, if Boosie said, "Oh, I support him," and Oh, Dwayne, if you got some issues, oh, I think what he doing is right. Everything's did it that way, probably so. But how you look at it, Dwayne Wade out of pocket, bro? I don't care what nobody say. Courtney, salute. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody say. Dwayne Wade out of pocket, bro. I don't care. I'm riding with Boosie on this one. Dwayne Wade out of pocket, bro. Somebody got to hold him to accountability. Now, should it have been the child's mother that said it? Absolutely. The child's mother should have probably said something about it and spit her piece on it. And it's cool. Maybe she's not in a position to do so. Maybe it might be a gag order on her or a court order where she can't say what she want to say. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't say nothing wrong. And here comes Jay-Z trying to defend. Like, you can't be our leader, bro, being corporate and being funded by the white man. You know what I'm saying? DJ Charm Music, salute. Y'all check out his channel. He got the beats. Right? I mean, you can't, Jay-Z he can't lead us, bro. You know, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, they wasn't in the music industry business or nothing like that. You gotta stop looking for musicians and actors and entertainers to be your idols and lead us out of this issue we in as black people. You know what I'm saying? Do the music help me get through the day sometime at work or whatever I'm doing? Yeah. It helped me, help soothe me, help me put me in the right state of mind. That's as far as it go. But I don't idolize these rappers. You feel what I'm saying? And Jay-Z can't really be the leader defending homosexuality. And he see what's going on in rap and how they trying to emasculate the youth through the hip-hop culture. That's all Boosie trying to do is protect the culture. You know what I'm saying? And Boosie got a code. Jay-Z don't have no code. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z code is get money. Jay-Z got a billionaire's mentality. That's why he a billionaire. A billionaire ain't a billion. Everything he do to help out the black community, I see it as a way to save face, to still be able to help control the black community for the powers that be. I keep it that way. So he might buy this guy a lawyer, bail this guy out. He do it for window dressing. You feel what I'm saying? He do it for window dressing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did that on the other channels of Tumbo, but yeah. He do it for window dressing. So look what I did. Hey, I'm still black. I'm still good. But when you a billionaire, you can't be Afrocentric or you can't be super pro-black. You know what I'm saying? When you a billionaire, you know how many people that you got to crush and roll over and how many black people you got to step on their head to get where you got to be? That's a mentality first. You know, if you ain't have a billionaire's mentality, you ain't going to be a billionaire. Even if you got $1 billion invention or $1 billion idea, you won't be it. It's a mentality. You got to be cold-hearted. You got to be shrewd. You got to have a killer's mentality. And here we go with the bullshit. My bad. They messing up my stream, so I might have to restart this. I just did a whole football stream and it didn't mess up. Maybe I had to reset it, but hopefully we good. If not, I had to restart it. Do part 1, part 2 again. But my whole thing is that with Jay, good rapper, but we gotta stop looking at rappers, entertainers to be our leaders, man. But for Boosie, I believe I agree with Boosie. I do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hold him accountable and let Dwayne know where he was wrong at. And Dwayne was wrong. You know what I'm saying? His son is too young to be making those decisions. Boosie didn't say, "Oh, this FA," Dwayne is he a weird. No, he just said, "Hey, he a little bit too young." Maybe he said it too aggressive. He was too demonstrative or too animated with his response. But all he was saying is he was too young. When he come of age, he can make that decision for himself. But at 12 years old, that is premature for a kid to think about chopping his penis off and being addressed as a woman. No, you're going to be addressed as the name me and your mother gave you. When you become 18, and you still want to do that, because you talking about somebody that's 12, you know what I'm saying? At 12, when I was younger, I didn't like hot sauce. But as I became older, I like hot sauce. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't stand hot sauce. Burn my mouth. I ain't like hot Cheetos and I still don't like them now. But if certain things, I say that to say this, when I was 12, when I was younger, it was a lot of things I didn't like. It's a lot of things I did like and I grew out of. Used to be a hardcore gamer. Grew out of it. Didn't like hot sauce. I like it now. So when you're young, you don't know what exactly you want. At 12, your parents don't even let you decide what you want for dinner. You might be like, "Hey, what you want? Chicken wings or burger?" You might, I'm just going to make chicken wings. A lot can happen between 12 and 13. from 12 to 12 and a half. You know what I'm saying? A lot can happen. You never know. You might go over a friend's house and, she think you gay and she strip in front of you and get naked and your thing might go boom, boom, boom. You might be like, hey, I like women. You know what I'm saying? You might just try and let your homegirl jump on it and you like it. Now you mad that, you gotta change your name from Zaya back to Zion. Or Zaire, whichever one he is. He wasn't saying there was nothing wrong with being homosexual or bisexual. He's just saying it's a little bit too early for that. For him to make that decision. Because people change. Females change all the time. Raise on facts, tell them and salute. Females change all the time. You know how many times females was gay, but then they really ain't gay? I work with a girl like that, bro. She was straight, had a son and everything, but she was straight dykish, dog. But when she was in my presence, she was submissive. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to do her thing. And I knew she's any of these dykes, no offense to the dyke community, but any of the dykes, man, or females that claim they gay, 9 times out of 10, they truly bare minimum bisexual. They still want it. It's just in their nature. So for Dwayne Wade's son, he may experience some stuff in high school. Somebody might give him some. He might go crazy. We already know that friend that finally gets some and he just go crazy. He might get some and go crazy. He might get the top and go crazy. For Jay-Z to try to, nigga, I'm not, Boosie a real dude. He told Jay-Z a few years ago, Jay-Z was like, we need to stop holding money to our ear. He was like, hey, hold up, man. Jay-Z ain't got no influence in the South. Jay-Z ain't got no... And Boosie is the most thoroughest dude you can find. Pansexual, which one is that one? Boosie one of the thoroughest niggas you can find. He the anti-6ix9ine. Boosie faced the death penalty and then snitch. A different aspect. But when you get the truth, when you start speaking the truth, you a hater. They hate you. And all that. Jay-Z shouldn't be out there trying to facilitate an apology for somebody speaking the truth. Jay-Z shouldn't be a defender of masculinity or emasculating black males. What happened to, nigga from Marcy Housing Projects? What happened to all that game? He gave a reasonable doubt and all. Now, you know what I'm saying? If this was your son, Jay-Z, you and Beyonce had a son, y'all let this happen? Even LeBron James ain't defended this nigga, man. One of his closest friends. LeBron ain't said, he probably tell him, hey, don't ask me about Dwayne. My Shaq was, don't ask me about Dwayne. I wish him the best, but don't ask me about Dwayne Wade and his boy girl. Don't ask me. Real talk, you probably don't ask me that shit, bro. I don't have an opinion on it, but Boosie just kept it real. What? Nothing he said out of pocket. But then King Sound salute. And then he says, basically he's just too young. But Jay-Z, I say y'all can't look to Jay-Z to lead niggas out the abyss, bro. It's over with. Good rapper in my top 5, but I don't look up to my rappers as my role models. I was a kid, I didn't look up to Eminem. If I looked up to Eminem and did Ronaldo salute, if I did half the shit Eminem rapped about to my mom, nigga, I'd be 12 feet deep. I'd be 12 feet deep. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to NWA coming up, man, you beating up motherfuckers' ass and G-checking police officer, you would be 12 feet deep. I listen to him, but I'm not influenced by him. As far as the activity. Maybe the Carl Kanai, the Jabos back in the day, the Guest, the Tommy Hilfiger. That's as much as my influence is going. Oh, he said pansexual is someone who likes everybody. Okay, I don't know. I just know heterosexual, homosexual, and bisexual. They coming out with all these new sexuals. But yeah, that's as far as it go. I like his haircut or something like that. Maybe I'll get the Boosie fade back in the day. When I get older, I want to get the, the Rollie. That's as far as it go. I like the Ferrari that he wearing. But as far as, people, their agendas or how they live, I don't look up to Boosie for life advice. Oh, a nigga hit me he robbed me. I came back and Boosie shot everybody down. Now they did. And I ain't about to, I'm not about to go kill a nigga listening to Boosie. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to listen to Jay-Z, put it in the pot, put the stove on, cook it up, move it on the rock. I ain't about to listen to him and go start selling drugs. It's only entertainment. It's only entertainment. And once you learn that, you know what I'm saying? That's it. I don't let it influence my life. Jay-Z wants to help so bad. How about helping with Dame Dash kids? Pretty sure he knows Dame Dash kids or Benny Siegel kids. Jay-Z like to find some shine time. He ain't helping Dame shit. He ain't helping Benny with it. The judge said, I released Benny Siegel until custody. He said, nope. He said, nope. But with Jay, you know, it is what it is. He's a billionaire. You can't look at him at like Jay with you can't look at him like Jay that was with the, you know, hanging with Lil Chase with the Hawaiian shirts and Jazz. Oh, he ain't that guy no more. You know, and I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy for, you know, a black guy to become a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? But it's a mindset that 90% of black people don't have. It's not just about saving. It's about like rolling over people. It's about crushing people. It's about kicking motherfuckers out their homes if you have to build a plant or to build a building. It's about making the tough decisions, man. You got to be cold-hearted to be a billionaire. Look at Puff. Look how many people Puff messed over. You think I'm going to look at people like this who done sold their souls and sold their booty holes for advice? You know what I'm saying? That's a part of a special, you know, little ritual group. Hell no. It's a mindset, man. It's a mindset that you can never, either you born with it or something traumatic happened or somebody teach you, but you can't have a good heart being a billionaire. I'll tell you that right now. Billionaires do shit out of goodwill because probably one or two reasons I could think of. Because they feel bad about shit they did to get where they at, or for a tax break. So, like, Boosie was in the right, and he said, I don't want to talk to Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck you want to talk to me for? Before this happened, you weren't checking on me, trying to give me a collaboration, trying to sign me to Rock Nation. We ain't got nothing to talk about. All y'all, you and Puff fake little movement, you know, for the inmates and trying to empower black people, man. Look how many black people y'all fucked over to get where y'all was at. Look at Puff. Free cash, appreciate the super chat. Look at Puff, man. Man, Puffy a cold dude, bro. I don't even want, man, shit on Puff, but Puff a cold dude, bro. This motherfucker Craig Mack. Here comes the brand new flavor in your ear. Charming a new flavor in your ear. I'm kicking new flavor in your ear. Kicking new flavor in your ear. You know, people forget. Hold on. My bad. People forget that that's what launched Bad Boy. That's what took Bad Boy off the ground. Andre Harrell kicked him off of Bad Boy. People forget that. You know what I'm saying? That's what people forget. This nigga died, right? Puffy didn't send flowers, didn't go to the man's funeral, didn't come to the funeral or nothing. Nothing. This the man that launched your company, not Biggie. Without no flavor in your ear. Without that song, man, Bad Boy ain't jump. Bad Boy didn't jump off Machine Gun Funk or Biggie freestyles. No, Craig Mack jumped that shit. And what'd he do? Watched Craig Mack die. Didn't go to his funeral. Didn't send flowers. Didn't pay for a funeral. A nigga that jumped your company. Then you talk about Biggie. You think he ain't responsible for what happened with Biggie? Yeah. Biggie's about to start his own record label. We like, oh, hell no. Young Jock had one good album. They said the second one was straight. I ain't hear it. After the coffee shop, they could have kept that. So Puffy didn't fucked over more black artists than anybody and black people in the game. But all of a sudden, they didn't got their money and they want to help. Can you ever see billionaires being good people? Not until they start over and be broke. Not really. Appreciate you 1,000. It's all about black empowerment when it's profitable. That's all it's about. We already spoke on Puff and them too when we made then Khalees and Pharrell months ago. You already know how they get. That's how it is. You can't trust. And another thing about, we talked about this already, I think in the first episode or in a video. Another artist, you can't be signed to another artist. It's just too much, especially in the black community. You can't be signed to another rap artist because they ain't gonna never want you to be better than them. But that's another topic for another day if I could retouch on that. But with Lil Boosie, he right, bro. I like his mindset, bro. He kind of remind me of myself. Like I said what I said, and I ain't apologizing for it, bro. I'm sorry. I said what I said, and no, you can't get him to apologize to me. If y'all, nigga, you gonna kill me, you gonna kill me. I'd rather die on my word than die on my knees, bro. I'd rather stand up with my head up and a nigga take me out than crawling. And as a point, as a part of life, you got to get to that part. A lot of motherfuckers not born like that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's really born like that. And I said this story before. It was a dude. He's at the bar and he had a price on his head, right? We had a club in Detroit called Chuck's. It used to be on Plymouth, just past Hubble, right? My mom was telling me this story and shit, and they asked the dude, like, man, they trying to kill you. What you doing at the bar? He said, man, first time I heard this saying when she told me, I'd rather live like a man than die like a coward. So he wasn't hiding no shit like that. So I never really understood what that meaning meant until I grew up. And I understand when you watch Carl Winslow, Uncle Phil, you know what I'm saying? You watch all these proud black men that's portrayed in these TV shows, even the white ones, like in Step by Step and Seven Heaven's dad was a weirdo. That's another story for another day. But you watch all these TV dads now. When you watch them as a kid, you never understood where they was coming from about being frugal. Everybody hate Chris dad about being frugal and how angry they was about certain things that go in the house. When you become the head of your household, you become the man of the hour in your household. You understand? I watch Family Matters every day now since we've been quarantined. And like, nigga, I feel what Carl Winslow be going through. You know what I'm saying? So you get to the point in your life like Boosie, like, man, I ain't apologize for shit. Nigga, I was on death row. Nigga, I said what I said and I felt that was right. Ain't nobody can give me apologize to submit to society. You know what I'm saying? But don't be surprised you wake up, Boosie got the coronavirus or some shit. But he said, yup, did that motherfucker to Jock, made $10 million 1 year. It wasn't until Chino Dollar got out to help Jock get back paid. That's crazy. That's crazy. Puff, that's the last guy I signed with, for real. I signed to Eminem before I signed to him. Real talk, but, Jay is Jay. But you can't trust Jay. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You go back to the situation, you know what I'm saying, where him and was beefing because when Biggie died and Biggie was dating Charlie Baltimore, it was said, and then Jay-Z was trying to get with Charlie Baltimore after Biggie died. That's kind of where that beef started from. How he did Benny Siegel in court when he could have got Benny Siegel out. He left him in jail because he didn't want to be released into Benny Siegel to be released into his custody. How he did Dame Dash. Dame Dash was fighting tooth and nail for him. And he probably could have told Dame to calm down, but, he destroyed Rockefeller. When he destroyed Rockefeller, he destroyed a lot of black people's lives. He destroyed it and came back with a Rock Nation. He just do what you got to do as a billionaire. You got to make the tough calls. Had he not cut Dame off and kept Rockefeller, he wouldn't be a billionaire. He said stab, but he didn't even stab according to Nas. Somebody else did and made him take the blame. But that's just what you got to be. You got to be Jay-Z to be a billionaire. You got to be Puff. Ain't no telling what Dr. Dre did. You know what I'm saying? He been through some shit in his career. If anybody black deserve to be a billionaire, it's probably Dr. Dre. In the music industry, he been through some shit. He said, yeah, but they said Jay-Z didn't. Nas said Jay-Z didn't even really do it. His boy did it. He said, your mans made you stab and made you take the blame. That's what he said. Check out the Ether lyrics. So technically, according to Nas, unless he was just lying in his raps, and Nas don't come off to me as a man that's gonna lie. According to Nas, one of the Jay-Z guys stabbed and made him take the blame. Queens niggas run, you niggas. Ask Russell Simmons. I love that record, bro. I love that record, bro. Nas is one of my favorite artists, bro. There's so many jewels in his music. I was just listening to a New York State of Mind earlier. That Illmatic, man, I could listen to that all day. Most people like it was written because it was more commercialized, up-tempo beats and shit. most of the mainstream hits. But that's that's debatable. Maybe we debate that one day when I put a call-in line in Illmatic or It Was Written. But Illmatic was dope. But with Boosie, he told Jay-Z a long time ago, you ain't got no influence in the South, man. If I want to put my money to my ear, man, I'ma do it. Nobody care about what Jay-Z say down here, man. He was right, bro. So if Boosie end up dead or hung up in his dressing room or something like that, you niggas know what happened. But let's move on. Let's talk about Banks and 50 Cent, right? And this sounds so familiar, bro. It sounds so familiar, right? I'm gonna compare this to something. He said, I don't even know, when asked about Lloyd Banks. 50 said on why he and Banks aren't speaking. He couldn't even tell you at any point when you speak to him where the problem is. I put him like where I put Marquise. There's something internally going on with them which gives them some sort of resentment against me. I just don't even care about what's going on. So 50 basically saying you don't understand why Lloyd Banks got a problem with him. And remember, Floyd came out and said he didn't understand why him and 50 Cent fell out, which I know you think Michael Jackson was cutthroat? Probably so. I heard a lot of people wrote shit for Michael Jackson and he took it. So if that's true, it line up. But I'm just talking about his commercial shit as far as It Was Written. Most people like it because of the commercial singles. That's what I was saying. He can hate me if I rule the world. But he had some dope shit on It Was Written too. It was dope. But it had more of the flashy singles than Illmatic did. Remember Whose World Is This? That was on Tony Hawk Underground. that was a dope ass video game. Tony Hawk had niggas playing skateboard games. But back with 50, what's so funny is Trav, former G-Unit member, said that, Lloyd Banks is mad at 50 because when Lloyd Banks' daddy died, 50 didn't show no love, apologize or nothing like that to him. And he said Banks took it some type of way. And 50 was like, you ain't know your daddy no way, and this, that, and the third, and 50 ain't show love. So, and you got to understand, Banks wrote the hook to End the Club. So Banks shouldn't have to want for nothing. Banks probably just tired of asking 50 for money. 50, like I said, take you back to what I said about being an artist. Signed to another artist. The majority of the artists that you sign to, they going to keep you under them at any means. As soon as you start to surpass them, then they going to shelf you or they going to start messing with your production. And 50 did that to each member of G-Unit. Nobody had a follow-up single as far as Tony Yayo after So Seductive. He didn't have no follow-up single after that. You know what I'm saying? You go to Lloyd Banks. He didn't have a follow-up album to that. Somebody said, I like Rotten Apple. You like one in a million person I haven't met that like that album. Whatever it's called. Young Buck had a dope first album. Shout out to Cashville. Gonna let me shine. He didn't have no follow-up. But they was all writing for 50 and assisting 50. And then after the G-Unit album, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have a follow-up after that. You know what I'm saying? So 50 didn't want them to be bigger than him. And outshine him. And them two albums I named, I don't care what none of you niggas said. Straight Out of Cashville and whatever Bank shit was called. I can't remember. What was Bank shit called? I always forget what it was called. Hunger for More. And when I talk about that, them and you can put the Game album in there. That was all better than rest of the 50 albums he done. It's better than Massacre. Better than I don't know, hold on for a minute. It was better than 50 follow-up albums. Get Rich or Die Trying to soundtrack. 50 didn't want them boys to be better than him. Banks didn't write. Yes, he did. The In the Club hook was from an original Lloyd Banks song. That's a fact. The original In the Club hook, some part of that hook was in Banks' song. Banks wrote it. That's a proven fact, bro. It ain't nothing wrong with that. Ja Rule wrote a Jay-Z hook. I forget what song what hook he wrote for Jay-Z. That's the honest truth. Yeah, that's been proven. He wrote the hook for In the Club. That's his shit. That came off a song that Lloyd Banks did before that song. I don't know if it was before he was with G-Unit doing street shit, but that's his hook. He wrote that shit. Not the song, but he wrote the hook. In the club, bun on the bun, he wrote that shit. You know, but 50 always gonna keep them niggas beneath him. So he suppressed them. But as far as, you know, him comparing them to his son, 50 comparing everybody to his son. Or I'd rather have 6ix9ine. He hurt that he don't have a relationship with his son. He hurt that he don't have a relationship with his son. That's it. I really think 50 got family issues, bro. I think when you lose a parent, especially when you lose your mom and you don't know who your dad is, I think his situation is. I think that changes a person. Especially losing a dominant parent. And I think 50 really never recovered. And I think Get Rich or Die Trying was kind of a, like 8 Mile for Eminem was kind of a portrayal of his life. And he grew up in a house where like he was like one of like 10 kids, whatever it was. So that's traumatic for him, bro. So I think, you know, probably his family members stealing his food and treating him like he was in prison. I think that changed 50. So 50 don't really have no value for family. You can see it. You know what I'm saying? So what GM members what niggas that work with them gotta understand, people on Power, people on ABC, 50 just using you to make money. When he done using you, he gonna chew you out and spit you out. You know, that's just what it is. He just gonna chew you up and spit you out. Be my business, Billy, money, boy. That's my shit, man. So that's just what it is, bro. He said that's because 50's BM is the reason why he don't have a relationship with his son. It's always, yeah, it's true. Yup. A woman will, I mean, even either parent, but you don't really see a lot of men have control of their sons, or, you know, what you call it, they don't really have custody of their sons or their daughters, like, especially daughters, so, over the mom. The mama got to be a straight whack Arnold, basehead, dope fiend. Oh, she got to be out of whack. You know, she got to be all types of stuff, but women will do that. You know, it take you a special woman. Any woman, no matter what you do, bro, any woman that try to keep you away from your kid, unless you in some street danger shit, unless you got death on your head, bro. But if you want to see your kid, ain't no woman stop you from seeing your kid. Even if you a half-ass dad, right? Any woman trying to get rid of her kid, even just to go shake her ass at the club, because you keep your kid 24/7, 365. Your average woman that got kids, they want a break. So they ain't gonna stop the baby daddy from there. Only time a woman really stop the baby daddy from seeing their kids, if you get a new woman or something of that nature, or you just a shitty person. And like I said before, you got death on your name, and you just doing some shit you're not supposed to be doing. But yeah, she probably corrupted that boy mind. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he said some stories about it, but I just don't think he valued family. And to say Banks can't even tell you why we don't talk. And the reason Banks ain't that type of dude. Banks ain't gonna air 50 out like that, because Banks ain't got time to be beefing with 50 like Young Buck. You know what I'm saying? Banks ain't got time to be going back with 50 and 50, you know, grabbing him from behind and throwing him in the bushes like he did Tony Yayo. Banks is probably like, man, I'm non-confrontational. And then Banks is working with the competition. Everybody in the industry love Banks. Banks in the game remain, you know, cool even after the beef. Game was coming at everybody in G-Unit besides, you know, Lloyd Banks. So most people in the industry that you meet, they respect Lloyd Banks. And had Lloyd Banks never signed his G-Unit and signed with somebody else, maybe he never have the Hunger for More album to that level. But maybe he just a solid musician. Maybe he's just a solid rapper. You know, bare minimum, he maybe have a career. You know, to the casual fan, to, you know, maybe like some Styles P type stuff. You know, maybe he more like most of the artists in the locks, who ain't gonna never be truly commercial, but they do shit for the streets. You just be a rapper you listen to like Kiss. You know, Kiss is underrated, bro. You know, Eric Spears just put him in his top 5, and you know what? I can't make an argument against it. Not saying he and mine, but why not? Kiss is one of best wordsmith, and his longevity has been like crazy. You know what I'm saying? And Kiss ain't never crossed over neither. Not completely. So you gotta respect Kiss. I think Lloyd Banks could have had a career right up under like Fabulous, Kiss. You know, he could have had a career right under the tier under those guys. Just been a consistent nigga that every now and again give you a solid album. Just solid after solid album. Maybe don't give you Black Album, Good City Mad Kid, or he don't give you the epic album, but he just consistent. Kind of like Fab, just a consistent nigga, man. Give you a mixtape here, just consistent. And I think that's what he could have became. But 50 just, you know, he trying to play the role. And maybe Lloyd ain't never opened up to him. Maybe Lloyd is a reserved person. Or maybe he's scared of 50. Or he feel like he going to have to put lead in 50 if 50 put his hands on him. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that's consistent, a lot of people come over here and argue about 50 with me, is that he don't take care of his soldiers. He don't. 50 don't take care of his soldiers. And you gotta take care of your soldiers, man. Everybody in G Unit should be done. And like I said before about the game, if the game would have left G Unit, if he wouldn't have left, he wouldn't have became the artist he was today. He had to leave G Unit. He would always not be mentioned as a classical West Coast artist. He wouldn't be up there with Cube. He wouldn't be up there with Ren, MCA. You know, even guys like Quick, Too Short, 40, Kendrick. You know, you can just keep going. He would never be them. You know why? Because he is West Coast Don under the East Coast Don. You know what I'm saying? I never understood, like, who thought process was it to put the game under 50. You know, 50 had no other choice but to come to the West to get a record deal. Because he had fucked over everybody in the East. How to Rob, you know, that people is so, how can I put it? They don't know how to take a joke or take a rap. So Irv Gotti was freezing them out. Then he came out with How to Rob, and everybody felt some type of way. So they never really forgave 50 like that. So without Eminem, you know, it's no 50. And when Eminem let 50 out the cage, it was over with. I'm surprised they didn't kill Eminem for that shit. And Dr. Dre probably didn't want to do it neither. But they let him out the cage, and, you know, you had G on it. But it's no more. You know, I'll be surprised in about 10 years if we get a G Unit tour. And if we get a G Unit tour, it's gonna be because people is you know, broke and need for money. But that is what it is. You know, Banks the only one that really ain't never disrespected 50 or said much about 50. Yayo always telling stories and Buck beefing with him, and I'm just surprised Buck ain't tried to put a bullet in him. You know what I'm saying? But the game and him been beefing. You know what I'm saying? His little underbosses, Bango Smurf, Trav, all them dudes been beefing with him. He beefed with Dr. Dre. Jimmy Alvin, he beefed with him. He got him whiteballed off the radio. He done beef with everybody but Eminem. All the people around G-Unit. G-Unit is supposed to be like, shit, death row. How 50 had it. All 50 had to do was fade to black and be shook without being shook. People said 50 paid good. He just will tell everybody. He would play good. They had ice and all that. I don't think the money was an issue. It was just the longevity. I just don't really think he wanted nobody to be better than him. And it wouldn't have been bad because I don't think none of them would have surpassed Get Rich or Die Trying. So he could have just ran the label, did a feature there or two. He would have had, if he would have retained, and I don't know what his deal was with Interscope, Aftermath, and Shady Records, but if he could have attained some of the rights and publishing and the royalties to the music they would have built, all Buck had to do was have 2 more good ones. He had them in him. I think Banks had about 4 or 5 more good albums in him. Tony Ayo had another 2 or good 3 singles in him, maybe. You know, if he could have kept Game there, Game would have had, you know, even better, you know, follow-up albums. 50 would have been like Suge. That would have been a death row of the East Coast. You know, but 50 a businessman. You know, 50's a hustler. He can switch it up. Music, movies, TV, act, vitamin water. Like, he can switch it up. So you got to respect the hustle. Because that's how you become $100 million and a billionaire. You use motherfuckers, you cut them off, and you keep moving up. That's just the facts. If they surpassed him, they would have left 50 because they wouldn't need. But the thing about that's why you got a record label. That's why you got contracts. Look, he still got Buck under contract, and we talking what? 15 years later. So the way 50 Cent would have had them contracts hot wired, he still would have always had them. They wouldn't have just been able to leave. And if they left, record label would have paid the price for it. He still would have been a rich man. But where you going? If they really ain't the businessman that 50 say they not if they aren't the businessman that 50 say they really not, they not going nowhere. The original G Unit members before it was 50 Yayo, Banks, and because he was battling around the neighborhood, yeah. And they brought Buck in. David Buck was with Cash Money. I don't know why he ain't never get on with Cash Money, but he was with Baby. So, it is what it is. But, I just want to see, I always wondered, had they had, more support from, 50 and them. I mean, Eminem did the same thing with D12. I mean, shit, we can go talk about that for a second. He didn't want proof. Bizarre. They ain't gonna never admit that shit. He really didn't want Royce to be bigger than him. I don't care what Royce the 5'9" say. Connive, Obi Trice, you know what I'm saying? Even Stat Quo, when they had him over there, is a story about how, Eminem got mad at Stat Quo because he didn't want to do the album the way Eminem said do, so he put him on the shelf and cut him. He ended up releasing Statlander with somebody else. But Eminem did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Other than 50, who did Eminem put on from Detroit and really that went commercial? None. None whatsoever. None of them niggas from D12. You see them around Eminem? You see Bizarre on posting on Facebook sometimes. They ain't even had no local buzz, bro. They ain't had no local buzz. When nobody, get no G Unit album underground in Detroit. So, 50 Cent, Eminem did the same thing. 50 was just like, they put a lot of heart and soul in 50 album, but other than that, the D12 members didn't have shit going for them. Maybe they get a little stimulus from Eminem every now and again, but that motherfucker Obi Trice is back on Schoolcraft. You know what I'm saying? Bizarre at the crib right now eating Twinkies and bonbons and shit that nature. Other members, I don't even know where they at. So, something to think about for a minute. But let's talk about ghostwriting to end it off, and I'll open up for Q&A. So how y'all feel about rappers that use ghostwriters? Not rap producers, not your Puffs, your Swiss Beats, your Dr. Dre's and stuff of that nature. How do you guys feel about people that write other lyrics? Because yeah, that's true. He said the gang was signed with Dre before 50, and Dre didn't know that he signed to 50. That's true. So how y'all feel about ghostwriters, bro? About finding out that a lot of your favorite rappers or just rappers use ghostwriters, to write their lyrics. We seen that in the Preem and explain this real quick. The Preem, DJ Premier, and RZA. RZA played a track called Brooklyn Zoo that he didn't produce. DJ Premier then responded with a track that he didn't produce because RZA posted a track that he didn't produce. So you even got producers having co-producers, you know what I'm saying, and having help. So he said, I ain't got a problem with it. These artists too busy. He said, if you're a real MC, I'm not feeling it. That's how I feel about it. At the point, it didn't matter. The game is fake. That's the way to do it. But I believe if you saying you the best rapper of all time, you can't be the best rapper of all time. You not writing your bars, no matter how fake the game is. You know what I'm saying? For me, you can't be a guy that's saying you the best rapper of all time and stealing whole songs. You got some artists that steal actual whole songs. And at the end of the day, if you a Puff or you a Swiss Beats or you a Dr. Dre, and you saying, hey, I'm just doing the best. I ain't no rapper. You know what I'm saying? I just get some writers and this, that, and the third. I respect it though. But being like a true MC or best rapper alive, if you don't write your rhymes, I don't have a problem with the hook. But if you don't write your bars, you can't be in that category for me. And you got a lot of rappers walking around here calling themselves the best and they don't use their own pen. And I'm gonna give y'all the drop on how you can tell guys use ghostwriters. Like I use Drake and Kanye as an example. They sound constantly change. Drake one minute, sounding Caribbean. First he sounded from Houston, then he sounded like he from the islands, then he kind of sound with a different flow. Dude's flows don't chase up like that. Kanye first he was a spitter, then all of a sudden he kind of went to the 808 little singing phase or whatever. He always sound different. Then he went to punk rap. He sound like Kid Cudi. He sound like Rhymefest. He sound like Travis Scott. He all his voices, his music was also always changing and stuff of that nature. So you can just tell, and I don't have an issue with it. Kanye don't go around saying I'm the greatest rapper alive. You know what I'm saying? He's a producer. You know what I'm saying? That's him. He said Ghostwriter. I feel they should get credit up front as far as the financially. I feel if you claim and go laugh my Drake, the king of stealing shit. Courtney say rappers that have ghostwriters are whack as hell. Watch John Cena write his own raps with Snoop Dogg and needed no help. Don't forget Cena has a day job. Niggas is whack if you use a writer. And a lot of dudes use writers, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes, man, you go back and look at it. It's to the point where people stealing whole songs. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas stealing whole songs and saying this. To me, it's whack. It's whack. But like I said, that's one thing you can say about Eminem. Eminem, to my knowledge, uses his own pen. It's one thing you can say about J. Cole. He uses his own pen. Big Crit uses his own pen. Jadakiss. Jada. I got beef with the feds and the D. Uses his own pen. Styles P. Uses his own pen. Now, to me personally, when you talk about some of the greatest rap albums I heard, The Chronic, one of my favorite. That wasn't Dr. Dre, but I like the album. You know what I'm saying? It's one of my favorite albums. But he said it's just like singers lip singing. They can't really sing, but they got the look to sell. Oh, Milli Vanilli. That's how my whole thing about it is. But it's crazy, bro. Because a lot of times you find out niggas be shocked. Like Kanye stole whole songs. Drake stole whole songs. Like nigga, you ain't take a bar. Or you ain't do, nigga, you stole a whole song. You know what I'm saying? He said Playboy Cardi stole my flow in high school. Oh, you about to go to jail too. The bigger you get, the less you gonna write. And that's true though, man, because the less inspiration you got. What's so funny about that? Tupac was saying that he still will go to house parties. You know what I'm saying? So he won't lose the inspiration to write. So he can still write about shit in the hood, because once you get bigger, your lifestyle change, then your lyrics change. He's stupid, right? Your lyrics change, and that's true, because if you in the hood and doing hood stuff, and you get out the hood and you on tour and you knocking down groupies, what your next album gonna be about? None, just a little bit. Baby girl, take it up just a little bit. Baby girl, just a little bit. You see how 50 shit changed quick as hell. 50 Cent shit changed. 50 Cent did Get Rich or Die Trying. He came back. 1, 2, 3. Do Disco Inferno. 50 shit changed real quick. I'm like, what is this? A little bit 50. Just a little bit. Baby, just a little bit. Just a little bit. That nigga shit changed off rip. Your environment changed. And Tupac said, I still would go to the house parties, the ghetto is nasty, is got house parties, and I still would be in there. They was like, nigga, you a platinum artist, in a house party, but he said that's how I kept my raps and kept my inspiration. You can tell how kind of Tupac environment changed him. Beginning was strictly for my niggas, you know what I'm saying? When my homies called Tupacalypse, me against the raw world. But once he got out of jail, when he got with Daz and Dre a little bit, he got with Suge, and he went through, and what was the record label that I forget, Priority Records was it that held his money when he was in jail and wouldn't bail him out. You had a different side of Pac. It's two Pacs. It's before jail and after jail. And the Pac after jail, a lot of that positivity shit went out the window because his circumstances changed him. You know what I'm saying? And also showed him how versatile he can be. That was the thing about it, though. He said it depends on what kind of ratings they have. If a writer took the bag for production deal instead of publishing deal, that's on them. I'm a whole different guy, been around a lot of these kid favorite rappers. A lot of them tell me I'm the real artist. That's Meech. Cordy say, not if Interscope Records, who fuck Pop. No, it's Interscope. And then he went back to Interscope. I forget who it was. But, yeah, that's the game, man. At the end of the day, when I listen to the song, it don't really matter. But when you start ranking them, you can't be in my top 10. Who another dude that was underrated that nobody talk about writing was Ice Cube, man. Ice Cube was the inventor of gangster rap. You know what I'm saying? Ice Cube did a lot of writing for a lot of artists, man, on the low key tip, not just in NWA. Ice Cube did a lot of writing, bro. So he one of the dudes, I think, that him other than Jay-Z, he one of the dudes that belong in the Songwriter Hall of Fame. Great writer. And you can tell how great of a writer. I'm gonna put y'all on this. I'm gonna tell you can tell how great of a writer Ice Cube is. Him and DJ Pooh wrote the Friday scripts. John Singleton, I think, it told him if you could write raps, you could write movie scripts. That just lets you know how great Cube is. Cube deserved to be in the Writers Hall of Fame. He said the scientists still shit to look at Bill Gates. Yup, so you can tell, man, he got a great pen. A great pen. Even though, what was the nigga's name? I love them niggas too. It just slipped my mind. Cypress Hill said Cube stole his song or some shit. And they was beefing. You don't want to beef with the Mexican mafia. Shine, salute. But y'all got any questions? I'll answer some hip hop rap related questions before I get out of here. I just did 2 lives in a row. One on my other channel, this one. So tomorrow maybe I'll come back and do another live. What's tomorrow? Tuesday. And go to the grocery store. Going all the way out the hood to the grocery store. Ice Cube was one of the first to have outside production. If it was from the Bomb Squad, Public Enemy produced Cube is the GOAT. Yeah, they produced the Soul Train and lost they soul. The bitches, he said on the train, the bitches look like hoes. See a lot of others. Damn, it almost looked like the bandstand. You asked me, do I like him? Who I like Arsenio as much as the bicentennial. That nigga Cube was spitting on that bitch. Yeah, that was some dope production they did on America's Most. Niggas trying to sound like America's Most, but you can't come close. He said, El Michi, I'm gonna look you up right now. I'm gonna follow you. I got you. Mad Dog, H, salute. Yeah, Cube was dope, man. I think a lot of people forget how, obviously the youth do. The youth ain't worried about nothing but I want Gucci, I want Louis at the same damn time. I keep home, nigga, me at the same damn time. They just care about that shit. They care about that shit. At the same damn time. They just care about that shit, man. They don't care about no. They don't care about no other shit, man. Especially you got kids that especially you got kids that's on drugs, or you going to the club all the time. They don't care about none of that other shit, man. They just care about how everything sound good in the club. Especially when you had a few drinks. You got that one. It did 50 even said and told the other rappers to write all their street early in their career. He said Ice Cube is underrated from his NWA going solo and West Side Connection, all classic. Oh yeah, I like the one when they took the stylistic. Gangsters make the world go round. That's my shit. I bang that shit every day. Gangsters make the world go doom 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 doom. That shit. Hey, Dub C be snapping on that. Hey, man, Mac 10 snap on that shit too. That whole record dope. Gangsters make the world go doom doom doom. That shit dope. Cody Shane was like my sister before she blew up. I felt out with her on set. That's crazy. I follow you. Boosie was better when he was younger. Yeah, all rappers get, no rapper like really. A lot of rappers get older, they fall off. Rap ain't something that you supposed to just do it for a while and then move up. Top 3 rappers are Pac, Big, and Cube. I can't debate it. So is Lil Wayne, Nas the GOAT. Love Nas, bro. Do you find it funny how we can talk about good hip hop that's timeless, but can anybody tell me who was number 1 5 years ago? If so, where is she? I don't even know. That's crazy. I be forgetting like what 5 years ago was, bro. Because a lot of this music be like, if it dropped in 15, a lot of times it been produced in, it wrote and cut in 14, but then it just don't come out till 15. I think that rap last great year before it changed was in 09. That was like the last. Then after 09 and 10, it kind of started to change. It did. It started. I'm not saying it changed for the worse right off rip, but I think 010 Kendrick Lamar dropped this. And I remember when Kendrick Lamar dropped Good City Mad Kid, he came to Detroit, and I remember I was driving up the Lodge, and he did an interview, and he had dropped this other single, but it was like the worst single to drop off. I don't know why they started off with this single. It wasn't a bad song. I forget the name of the song, but it was his worst single he dropped. And I'm like, he alright, you know what I'm saying? He spit. But I had bought a phone, right? I bought the Samsung phone. I'm gonna tell you how I found out about Kendrick Lamar. And it had the mixtape, whatever it was, section 108, whatever it was. So I bought this phone. I can't remember what it was. I had a Samsung Mega. I broke it, but then I bought something else. And now I'm listening to the album. I had never heard this dude before. I'm listening, and the shit was crazy, bro. Like, that shit was crazy. And then I found out that was him on the radio. And I said, man, that nigga has some dope shit. So I'm like, woof. That nigga gonna be a problem. That's when I first heard him. That video song was timeless. Mac 10 got the best verse on that song. Paraphernalia found by my mama. I love that song, bro. I bang that shit every day, bro. Almost. Gangsta. The original song cold as hell. My man with the stylistic had the voice. Trash man didn't get my trash today. All because they want more pain. That shit bang, bro. Like, that nigga in the stylistics had one of the sweetest voices, man, that you would hear ever, bro. He said, did you ever watch the Up and Smoke tour back in the day with C? Yeah, I watched all that shit. Remember the Rough Rider Hot Boy tour? They had the documentary they put on HBO. That shit was crazy. Yeah, I watched the Up and the Smoke tour. Hell yeah. That shit was crazy, bro. Actually, they don't do that shit no more. I remember HBO used to have the tours. The Rough Rider Hot Boy tour was nuts. FD4 said Nas my favorite. Nas gave rapper their style and flow back then. But his first album production was cold. Large Professor, Q-Tip, I think Premier was on there. Yeah, that was man. They said Nas would be in the booth with his whole hood in the booth. You right, Redman dropped some dope shit in 010. Yeah, Redman had dope shit from 2000 down to the 90s, Muddy Water. Redman, that's where Eminem get his style from. Eminem, Redman's son. Yeah, that shit was crazy. But they don't do that no more, dog. Them tour DVDs, and they used to show them on HBO sometime. Late at night, man. They used to have fun. It was a nigga with the Hot Boy DMX tour. He was getting some top in the bathroom, dog. They used to have some hella fun back then, bro. That nigga, he had a bust down in the bathroom getting the top. We was like 12 years old watching that shit. We weren't supposed to be watching it. Oh yeah, EMPD, Eric Sermon. Some like music. Remember he sampled that Marvin Gaye shit. That shit was dope. That's when he was older though. Yeah, New York got the dope MCs though. Jersey, New York, Philly. Beans was the man, bro. I want to see how far Beans was gonna go. That shit crazy. But Jay-Z destroyed Rockefeller. Any more questions? But yeah, Rockefeller had the squad. Even the Young Guns was straight. Y'all gonna get down and lay down. Get down. He said Red was signed to Eric Sermon. He said, did you know Nas was the only hip hop act on Columbia Records till he went to Def Jam? Yeah, I think I heard that before. I know he was talking about his days at Columbia, and that shit was crazy. So was NWA. They was the only hip hop act on Priority. That nigga said the California Raisins, nigga. Those little fuckers went gold or platinum. He said. Yeah, rap. It was hard, man. It was hard to get us to be a solo act back in the day. They didn't accept rap like that. Especially that gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? That Cube and them was trying to get. T.I. went through the same thing. You know what I'm saying? He was signed to L.A. Reid, and L.A. Reid released him because they didn't know what to do with him. Outkast went through the same thing with L.A. Reid. They wasn't feeling the some of the music they had. You know what I'm saying? And had a lot of people that was narrow-minded. Be a lot of rappers that took some drip. He said the Fugees was on Columbia Records thanks to what's the nigga name? Wyclef Jean for fucking that up, for messing with Lauryn Hill. Ghostwriters now is easy for them. Hell yeah, it's easy for them. But yeah, me get out here. I spend my time. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna do another episode probably next week or if later in the week if something pop up. But I do some more hip episodes similar to this. Don't forget to check out our sponsors. King Sound. Check out his new album, King Talk. It's everywhere. Apple, Spotify, the whole nine. Check the album link in the description and go support the brother. The Hellblaze, they website in the description. 100% all natural products from lotion soaps, foot soaps, bath bombs. Use the promo code Goodfella1Box, get 18% off. 100% all natural products right on the screen. Got an old cell phone, got lying around the house. Hit up cell phone cycles for buyers. All their social media website in the description. They give you cash for your phone, so go check them out. Share their social media, get the opportunity to win an iPhone right now. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Share the video. We gone.